Glory to Jesus Christ, this is Father Vladimir and I welcome you back to the Orthodox Christian cooking show. And today I'm going to show you how to make a perfect steak using a cast iron skillet. So, because for this recipe you will need a cast iron skillet, but we have here two nice strip steaks, and before you do them, I just like to season them very liberally with salt. And well, my dogs are drinking there in the background. So I'm gonna just don't be shy with the salt, just and make sure before you season them, make sure that you pat dry them so there's no moisture on them. So season them well with salt and some pepper. And on both sides. So now you make sure to season the meat on both sides. Again, be very liberal with your salt, because that's pretty much all the seasoning that your steak will get. I'm actually very generous with my salt and my pepper. And once they season, we're gonna start the pan and we're gonna cook them in the cast iron skillet. So just remember, when you cook with a cast iron skillet, you want to get it hot. So I've been heating the skillet at the medium to high heat for about 2-3 minutes, and it's getting there, but it really has to be up to a point almost smoking hot, and you will just let it go at high about 3 to 4 minutes. And once it's ready, I just drizzle a little bit of oil on the bottom of the pan before placing, just to make sure that the bottom is coated before I place my steak in it. And when you place a steak, it will take about 3.5 minutes on each side for medium rare, at medium to medium high heat. And it's gonna be really hot. It's gonna be sizzling. So I don't want to fight with the sound, as we always do, you know, when we fry things. So I didn't want to fight that. But it's gonna be 3.5 minutes on each side. Once you place it in the pan, don't touch it for 3.5 minutes. So there goes one steak, and you can hear the sizzling, and there goes another one. And in 3.5 minutes we'll flip it. Alright, our steak's been cooking for about 3.5 minutes on the first side, and now I'm gonna flip them over to cook for another 3.5 minutes on the other side. So when you flip them, you can see this beautiful crust that developed on one of the sides. We're gonna flip this, set it for another 3.5 minutes, and it will be almost done. Okay, our steaks are nearly done. At the very end, if you want to do, you can flip the steaks on the fat side, just to cook a little bit that fat on the side. You can do that just to let it stand a little bit on the side, to render that fat on the side of the steak down a little bit. While it's doing, I'm gonna drop just a little bit of butter in the middle of the pan here, which I will use that butter later on when we set the steaks to rest, for the final rest. And we're gonna take the steaks out of the pan in a moment. Okay, our steaks are done, and if you want it to taste really good, you need to rest it a little bit, and I'm gonna set it to rest for about 10-15 minutes, and that butter that I melted, I'm gonna just pour all over these steaks. And after they rest for about 10-15 minutes, we're going to cut into them and see how they turn out. So our steaks were resting for about 15 minutes, and now we're gonna just reveal the moment of truth. And just a word of warning then, Jeannie and I, we really like our steak rare, but let's see how these two turned out, because it really smells good, and it's pretty rare in the middle, but has a beautiful cross around it. So I'm gonna cut just one more piece this way. There you have it. Have two beautiful steaks. Like our video, share it with your friends, and we'll be back in no time.